And right now at 5, 396 days after George Floyd's death, Derek Chauvin has been sentenced. How long he'll spend behind bars.
COVID testing and vaccine operations are ending at the Alliant Energy Center this weekend. So what happens to all those workers? We'll hear from them.
Plus, what a Rock County man told police after he was arrested for killing his grandmother.
This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us at 5, everybody. Eric will be back on Monday. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms around the area right now.
But we could see some strong thunderstorms tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has an alert day in the forecast for Saturday. And Gary, what's the alert day for?
Well, the severe weather chances look like they've increased a little bit, and there also is the potential for some heavy rainfall. So there is an alert day now in the forecast for tomorrow. Heavy rainfall is probably the main threat, and some areas could take the rain, but other areas, like in parts of Columbia County that picked up 3 to 4 inches of rain yesterday, additional rainfall could start to lead to some flooding problems. And then an isolated severe thunderstorm not out of the question, with high winds and hail the main threat, maybe even an isolated tornado. But you can see on future track precipitation over the next couple of days, we're looking at generally about a ½ inch to an inch of rain. Some areas may pick up 2 to 3 inches of rain in heavier thunderstorms. High-resolution radar right now shows the strongest thunderstorms down toward the Illinois state line, starting to head up toward the Madison area. There have been some heavy downpours in and around Madison just within the last hour. The severe weather threat tonight, though, will stay mainly to our south and to our west. But tomorrow, the Storm Prediction Center does have at least a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms. They've already shifted that area north, and depending on the instability tomorrow, we might have to increase those threat levels a bit. Temperatures right now, upper 70s to lower 80s, depending on whether or not it's raining. But look at the dew point temperatures, mid 60s to around 70. Very humid out there. By tomorrow morning, we'll be down to the upper 60s with showers and thunderstorms overnight. Some of those could produce heavy downpours. And then tomorrow, more showers and thunderstorms. Again, the potential there for some heavy rain with a high of 80. Later on, I'll take a look at our rain prospects as we head over the upcoming 10 days.
As sentence for count 1, the court commits you to the custody of the Commissioner of Corrections for a period of 270 months. That's 270.
It has been 396 days since George Floyd took his last breath as Derek Chauvin's knee was on his neck. And today, Chauvin was sentenced to 22.5 years in prison for the murder of Floyd. The prosecutors requested Chauvin spend 30 years behind bars. George Floyd's family says for over a year, they have been living a nightmare as George's death has been played on national television almost every single day.
My family and I have been given a life sentence. We would never be able to get George back. Daddy's our daughter's first love. He would never be able to walk Gianna down the aisle at her wedding, attend those magical moments of her life like a daddy-daughter dance, sweet 16 party, seeing her out for prom graduations, and she would never be able to have any personal memories with her father.
Give my condolences to the Floyd family. There's going to be some other information in the future that would be of interest, and I hope things will give you some peace of mind.
The 45-year-old Chauvin could be paroled after serving about 15 years of his sentence.
425,000 COVID tests and 85,000 vaccines later, the Alliant Energy Center will shut down those services tomorrow.
What a journey it's been, certainly marking the end of an era. Our Jamie Perez spoke to the people who have been the backbone of the community testing site for months. And she joins us live now with what they're reflecting on today as services come to an end. Jamie?
Right, well, this today and tomorrow are a really bittersweet last couple of days for these folks, especially the ones who have been here since the beginning of October. Not only have they helped tens of thousands of people make it through the end of this pandemic, but they're also walking away with some valuable life experiences themselves.
Who's getting tested today?
Michelle Miller has asked that question thousands of times over the last year.
And what's her name and birthday?
But this will be one of the last times she says that here at the Alliant Energy Center.
Less testing, less traffic. More children now.
A sign of the times as the services for COVID testing and vaccines will come to an end tomorrow.
Means that we have really great vaccine rates. We see that cases are low. So it feels very strange to be closing such a big site, but it gives us hope for doing work differently in the future.
Public Health's Tess Ellen said this day would not have been possible without the people who devoted their lives for the past year to this work.
Probably been the best job that I've ever worked at.
Amanda Scheel was formerly working in retail but found her life's mission after bringing thousands through to the other side of this pandemic.
Knowing how much work that we did here and how many people that we helped save.
It's amazing to see what's possible when a ton of different people come together.
As they look back on the changes we've seen over the past several months, going from nearly 2,000 people a day to around 200. It's the people who supported one another who were part of the solution that got us here.
You get a list of what exactly you need.
But just because this site is shutting down doesn't mean their work is done just yet.
Me moving some of our services again to more mobile COVID vaccine clinics around Dane County, as well as moving into our regular immunization spaces. So we'll be shifting some staff over to different types of work.
These friendly faces who carried us through will still be around.
Hopefully public health continuing. I'm going to be in the clinics starting on Monday, and that's going to be very exciting.
Lining up for us whenever we may need them again.
So much. You have a great day. Thank you.
If you know someone who has helped with these efforts here at Alliant, be sure to thank them for all the work that they've done all this time. Here's some information for you for those smaller clinics that open when Alliant closes. They'll have these going through the end of summer, and then they'll reevaluate based on what the needs are then. This information is also available online at channel3000.com.
All right, Jamie, thank you. COVID cases in Wisconsin are declining as the 7-day average is at 71 cases per day. This while over 7,700 residents have received a shot in the past 24 hours. DHS is releasing new data when it comes to vaccines in Wisconsin. They say that over 56% of Wisconsinites ages 18 and older have completed the vaccine series. This while 45.8% of the total state's population has received both doses. In Dane County, almost 75% of the population, 18 years and older, have completed the vaccine series, while 63% of the county's population has been fully vaccinated.
A new study just out finds that nearly all Americans who died of COVID last month were unvaccinated. That's according to an Associated Press analysis of available CDC data. More than 18,000 COVID-related deaths were reported in May, and only about 150 of those victims were fully vaccinated. That means less than 1% of all COVID deaths were among vaccinated people.
As the death toll rises, so does the number of people missing following the partial collapse of a building in Florida. The death toll is now 4, and almost 160 are unaccounted for. The search for survivors is also happening below in the underground parking lot. Teams are tunneling into the wreckage after dogs and microphones picked up banging noises.
So we concentrate in those areas. It could be just steel twisting, it could be debris raining down, but not specifically sounds of tapping or sounds of a human voice.
We know that people can survive for extended period of times under the rubble, so we're going to keep on going until we're told, time's up.
The cause of the collapse is still under investigation. The 40-year-old building was undergoing routine inspection. One study by a Florida International University professor found that the building, constructed on reclaimed wetlands, was slowly sinking for decades. The sinking was measured at a rate of 2 millimeters a year during the 1990s.
A woman tearfully told a Rock County court today that her grandmother was the only person who saw the good in Jamie Beggs and that he destroyed her. That testimony helped a judge decide to hold Beggs on $100,000 cash bond this afternoon. Beggs faces first-degree intentional homicide for the stabbing and strangulation of 97-year-old Kathleen Beggs. Family found her dead in her garage a few miles west of Janesville early on June 14th. Beggs was at the home as well and told police he was hearing voices.
We have the transiency, we have the seeing demons, at least what he is saying, and that apparently he thought that he was making someone a saint. That represents a danger to the public that I can't see could be much higher than it is right now.
The defense attorney argued that Beggs has no money, so setting a $100,000 bond was unconstitutional. He's due back in court June 6th and faces life in prison if convicted.
A man has been convicted of shooting and killing his wife almost 3 decades ago. A jury in Columbia County found 73-year-old Mark Wayne Bringe guilty of first-degree murder with a dangerous weapon in connection with the death of Lori Bringe. Lori was found dead outside her home in Poynette in August of 1988. Mark Bringe had argued she killed herself, but prosecutors countered that he killed her in a fit of jealousy because she was having an affair with a man in Michigan. Sentencing has not been scheduled as of yet.
It's been almost 2 months since his term expired, but the chair of the board in charge of setting policy for the DNR isn't leaving.
Governor Evers appointed his replacement, but the chair is digging in his heels. He spoke to Naomi Coles today about why. Naomi?
Fred Prane, a dentist in central Wisconsin, is citing a rarely used law. It says board appointees need to be appointed by the governor, but then also confirmed by the Senate. Now, traditionally, most board members just step down and let the new appointee start. Prane is a Walker appointee. He says he won't step down until the Senate acts, even though some say he should.
I don't react well to threatening emails or name calling or legalities. I just don't. I'm a respected individual from Wausau, Wisconsin, and I will not bow to political pressure from anybody.
Do you see yourself vacating at all before the state Senate would rule on that?
It depends. Right now, I'd say the answer is no. I'm pretty upset.
Prane claims it didn't start that way and that he may have stepped down earlier in May, but now he's blaming a Milwaukee Journal Sentinel columnist for his current decision. I'll get into that and the calls for him to step down more at 6.
We will see you at 6. Thank you, Naomi. Milwaukee is gearing up for the second game of the Eastern Conference Finals. Here's a live look outside of Fiserv Forum. We're just over 2 hours away from tip-off as the Bucks look to get revenge on the Atlanta Hawks. Milwaukee lost Game 1 at home, but can even the series with a win tonight. After this game, they'll play 2 on the road in Atlanta before coming back to Milwaukee for Game 5 if needed. The game starts tonight at 7:30.
And for the first time in almost 2 years, American Family Field is at full capacity. The Brewers are hosting reopening day today. The organization hasn't been at full capacity since the 2019 season. The crew had a bunch of activities for fans today, including $1 hot dogs. Brewers legends Cecil Cooper and Paul Molitor threw out the first pitch. Right now, they're taking on the Colorado Rockies. Highlights of the game in sports. That's coming up tonight at 10.
Wisconsin freshman Jonathan Davis has made the USA Basketball Under-19 World Cup team. Davis is one of 12 players who made a spot on the squad. He'll keep training in Texas. The team will then compete in the World Cup from July 3rd through the 11th in Latvia. Davis isn't the only Wisconsinite on the team. UW-Milwaukee incoming freshman Patrick Baldwin is also on the squad.
The most popular major at UW-Madison is one you probably wouldn't have guessed 10 years ago. Back then, only 200 students were majoring in computer science. Now there's more than 2,000. That's an 800% increase. Not only is this a sign of the times, but it's really just the beginning of a big jump in students turning to tech-related fields. That's because almost every company you think of now needs someone who knows computer science.
Many years ago, they would only go to the computer industry. Like they'd be hired by, back then IBM, Microsoft, which is, and companies like that, Apple, Google, and now Facebook, et cetera. But now, many of our students go work at banks. They work in kind of financial tech. They work in the insurance industry. Really, some people even go into agriculture.
UW-Madison has also created a new data science major. That's the fastest growing major. The university and students are thinking ahead, trying to predict what will be the most useful years from now, knowing the tech industry will continue to grow. I took computer science in 1974.
How many kids were in the class?
Not many, but the computer was the size of a bus.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Wow, times have changed. Well, restricting minority voters, that's what the Department of Justice says a new Georgia law is doing. How the DOJ is trying to put an end to the new laws. That's ahead at 5.
And a world record you'll only see in Wisconsin. We'll have that story coming up tonight at 6.
And on Wall Street, the Dow up 237 points. The NASDAQ, though, down 9. The S&P set a record up 14 points. We'll be right back.
Don't miss the Stars and Stripes Appliance Sale now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 40% off in-stock doorbusters while they last. Plus, no interest for 18 months. The biggest appliance sale of the year starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
I've smoked, I've drank coffee, I drink red wine. It makes my teeth darker. It doesn't make me feel good about myself. And using Power Swabs, it's made a difference.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just got to rub it on my teeth and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip in your mouth for 30 minutes.
I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, I'm one of those people that's like obsessed with white teeth. The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm gonna gag or I'm gonna go play football.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Show off your white smile this 4th of July and call for your 5-minute solution. Order Power Swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Yes, 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free. Plus, you'll receive a free Quick Stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
During the Summer of Sleep mattress sale at Ashley Home Store, save up to 60% off doorbusters like these. This deluxe Serta is half price, plus $500 in free furniture. Save $1,000 instantly on your choice of Sealy or Perfect Sleeper, now just $6.99. Ashley Home Store.
Tonight at 6, almost 2 months past the end of his term, hear why the head of the DNR board says he's refusing to give up his seat. And reaction from Minneapolis as former police officer Derek Chauvin is sentenced for the murder of George Floyd.
A News 3 Now investigation uncovered hundreds of workplace safety complaints during the pandemic.
Just 12% were followed up with an inspection.
Too many frontline workers were exposed to COVID.
Taking action to get the information you deserve. News 3 Now investigates.
We have breaking news into our newsroom as officials say the cause of the massive chem tool fire that evacuated hundreds of people was accidental. Rockton fire officials made that announcement just moments ago. The fire happened Monday, June 14th at the plant in Rockton, which is one of the largest manufacturers of grease and fluids in the world. The fire burned for over a week. No one was injured. Rockton residents who were forced from their homes are suing the industrial lubricant plant Lubrizol.
The Justice Department is challenging Georgia's new election law in court. The Department of Justice is suing Georgia over its new voting law. Georgia passed the sweeping bill in March, following record turnout in 2020. The lawsuit filed by the DOJ today takes aim at several provisions, including new voter ID requirements, limiting the use of ballot drop boxes, and a ban on efforts by churches and civic groups to provide water and food to people waiting in line to vote. Attorney General Merrick Garland argues the state's new Election Integrity Act will hinder people from voting, especially in communities of color.
Complaint alleges that the state enacted those restrictions with the purpose of denying or abridging the right to vote on account of race or color.
There's somebody lying to you about SB 202, the Elections Integrity Act that was passed in Georgia, and it is not me.
The Department of Justice says it's looking at other states that recently passed election laws and launching a task force focused on threats made against election officials.
Let's get a look now at your certified most accurate weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has your forecast. Kind of wet out there right now.
Depends on where you are. You know, I mean, maybe raining where you are, but other people are missing out on the rain, at least for the time being. So, you know, don't just assume that everybody's getting it. We do have an alert day in the forecast for the potential for heavy rainfall beginning late tonight, but through the day tomorrow. There also could be an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm, according to the Storm Prediction Center. Right now, high-resolution Doppler radar shows clusters of showers and some isolated thunderstorms lifting northward out of Illinois into south-central Wisconsin, approaching the Madison area. And these storms generally are moving pretty slowly, but you notice the gaps in between them. So some areas are getting some heavy downpours, and you go just a few miles away, and they're either getting light rain or no rain at all. A little wider radar perspective shows this band of showers and thunderstorms extending from just north of Chicago back into northern portions of Iowa and then back into Nebraska, where there is a threat for severe weather. For tonight, the severe weather threat should stay mainly to our south. The Storm Prediction Center just has a marginal risk of an isolated severe thunderstorm into the far southern portion of Wisconsin. But tomorrow, they've expanded that marginal risk northward, and depending on the instability of the atmosphere, depending on tonight's thunderstorms, that could lead to more instability and maybe a higher severe weather threat than what's depicted for tomorrow. As far as the high wind and hail, again, these are relatively low for the severe thunderstorms, but these could be pushed up a little bit if the instability is a little bit higher. And I can't even rule out an isolated tornado threat as well tomorrow. But I think probably the heavy rain threat, especially in areas that have already seen the heavy rain, would be the main thing to keep an eye on, at least in the short term. As we look at future track, you can see these clusters of showers and thunderstorms. Again, some gaps in between them, so this is not a continuous rain, but when it rains, it'll rain hard, at least for short periods of time, and these thunderstorms will continue into Saturday night, and maybe a little lesser chance on Sunday, but still they will be around, and the weather forecast continues pretty much the same with a very similar pattern into early next week, so we have rain chances in the forecast. Right now, flash flood watches are in effect for the Chicago area, southward into parts of southern Iowa. That's an area that received very heavy rain when we had the severe, or they had the severe weather to our south a few days ago. But additional rainfall, at least according to the short-term future track computer models, show the potential for some 2 to 3 inch amounts in some areas. Most areas will probably end up between a ½ inch and an inch, but other areas could see a lot more than that. And then you add the rain that will fall next week over the next few days. Again, not a continuous rain, but you add it all up. And now the future track computer models by the end of the 4th of July weekend are showing the potential for about 3 to 5 inches of rain over much of southern Wisconsin. That would be good news if it occurs, because that would really make a dent in the drought and spread out over a 10-day period. The flooding threat would be a lot less. As we look at our forecast for tomorrow, high of 80, and we'll see showers and thunderstorms. Some of those could have heavy downpours and also be humid as well. Again, on future track, we'll see some thunderstorm chances overnight, and then again tomorrow during the day, and then tomorrow night. High temperatures tomorrow around 80, lows tomorrow night staying in the upper 60s with the high humidity, and then more thunderstorms on Sunday with high temperatures eventually in the upper 70s. And those rainfall amounts, spotty, some areas a ½ inch to an inch, other areas 2 to 3 inches if you get a couple of heavier thunderstorms. 7 to 10 day forecast. The humidity levels stay high, so now we've bumped up the thunderstorm chances to likely all the way through Thursday, and then the humidity drops as we head toward the 4th of July weekend, but still enough instability that there could be an isolated shower or thunderstorm even through the holiday weekend. As we check out first warn traffic, there have been some heavy downpours on the Beltline that was slowing down traffic earlier. Right now, most of the delays are in the construction zone between Verona Road and Park Street. A little bit of a slowdown on the westbound side around John Nolan Drive. Right now, about a 25-minute commute on the Beltline between University Avenue and the Interstate, 22 minutes going back in the westbound direction. Heading out of Madison, normal times, 25 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990. US 12, Middleton and Sauk City is a 16-minute commute, and downtown to Sun Prairie and East Washington Avenue and US 151 is an 18-minute trip. That's your news through now, first warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. An effort to get more people to shop local is underway. How you can help out area small businesses. That's ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Menards is your lighting headquarters. Stop by our lighting showroom and find the perfect light for your home. We have a great selection of lights from top brands, including Good Earth Lighting. Check out this 46-inch LED motion sensing shop light. You can connect up to 5 fixtures to illuminate larger areas. Right now, save 11% on all Good Earth lighting fixtures. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Celebrate this 4th of July knowing you look your best with Plexiderm. Lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video that the viewers can watch while you and I talk. And you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. And I did this to my father. We were at home, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It feels great. Looks even better.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. Plexiderm, seriously, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing, or just when you want to like get rid of the bags? And
yeah, it absolutely could be a daily thing. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This 4th of July is the best time to get Plexiderm for $14.95. See it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
A two-week effort is encouraging consumers to buy local as small businesses look to bounce back from the pandemic. From now until the 4th of July is Independence Week. Dane Buy Local is kicking off the event at J&J Gifts and More in Verona. Although the Dane County has invested nearly $30 million into its small business pandemic support grant program, they say they still need support from the community.
On behalf of our small businesses, that for them, the pandemic isn't over. We've made it through the worst, but they still need our help and our support. And the good thing about that is all we have to do in order to give them that support is to think local when we're making purchases.
Over 3,000 businesses in Dane County have requested funds from the Small Business Pandemic Support Grant Program.
Vice President Kamala Harris flew to El Paso, Texas for a tour of the southern border. She spent the day on the border with DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, meeting with Border Patrol officials. She also met privately with some of the 15,500 migrant children still in U.S. custody. Republicans have criticized her for not visiting the border sooner. We'll have a final check of your first warn forecast when we come back.
If you've been injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. There are specific rules and regulations that apply, and we know what it takes to win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Need to get the right glasses at the right price right now? Then shop the right sale at iMart Express. For a limited time, get one pair of single vision glasses for $20 and one pair of progressives for $40. Drop by iMart Express and save today.
4 days only. Save an extra $700 on these top appliance brands exclusively at the Grand Appliance Buy More, Save More sale. Get great deals on thousands of in-stock appliances, including this Bosch Ultra Quiet dishwasher for just $5.98, or this 26 cubic foot LG side-by-side refrigerator just $9.98. Visit your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com to save today. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
Struggling to get fresh air this spring? It's time for new energy-efficient replacement windows from Champion. Right now, every Comfort 365 window style is 40% off.
At Champion, we make buying new windows easy. Unlike some other companies, we control every step of the process. We design, build, install, and guarantee it for life.
Stay comfortable all year long and get 40% off all styles. Call now or download our free buyer's guide at getchampionwindows.com.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
Gruber, thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and your love for people. The ability to change lives, and you change mine as well. Thank you so much.
Let my team at Gruber Law Offices take care of you.
Gary's here. One final check of the forecast.
You can see showers and some isolated thunderstorms, some of those producing heavy downpours as they drift northward through southern Wisconsin. So keep an umbrella handy. You'll need it this weekend.
Have a good weekend, everybody. Hope to see you back here for News 3 at 6.